Hi everyone, I wanted to offer you a super small practice, a snack size practice, because sometimes that's all we have is 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and this one's for your hips. So we're going to start in a seat, and you might want to grab a blanket for underneath your seat and also for your knees in some of the lunge shapes that we'll be doing. And as you get into your seat, you can hold your forearms, your elbows, or your wrists even, and then take that frame, that square, up over your head and see if you can frame your head. Can you lift up your forearms to clear the top of your head, widen your armpits. Try to make the square around your head a little bit bigger. Be main character energy for a moment and breathe into your armpits, into your ribs, into your chest. You might deepen your breath, take bigger, smoother, softer, longer breaths. And let's exhale and take that square down. And then inhale and take it up and really try to clear the top of your head. Exhale down, inhale up. And you can do it a little bit quicker just to sort of pump energy through your system. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift and then cactus your arms out to the side, squeeze your shoulder blades together, drag them down your back. Let's come into a toe tucked position, and you can come forwards, try to get your pinky toes tucked under. Press back through your feet so you're stretching the soles of your feet. If it makes sense, come up to sit on your heels. Press your big toe back, press your inner heel back, and you can interlock your fingers and rise up there, and then take a twist, peeking over to the left. Come into the center. Now your rectangle is framing your head. Peek it over to the right, come into the center, and try to widen that rectangle around your ears, around your skull, your armpits, go to the sides. You get a little taller, a little more grounded, and then cactus your arms, squeeze your shoulder blades down your back, and walk it forwards with your hands. Now we'll hover our knees there and shift into like a crouching or a pouncing downward facing dog. Then take your right foot to the outside of your right hand, and you can melt into that a little bit. Your breath in, your breath out, and then back into that crouching, downward facing dog. And then as you're ready, your left foot to the outside of your hand, you can sink in, you can move a little, take your breath in and your breath out, and then back to the crouch. Again, right foot to the outside of your right hand. This time your right hand on your right knee, or your right hand up into the air, into a twist. Back knee stays lifted. You might open it up a little beyond. Move around in it a little bit, take a breath, yawn your body open, and then back into that crouching, pouncing down dog, and left foot to the outside of your hand. You can take your hand up, you can open it up. Try to keep your bottom shoulder in the middle of the joint. Maybe you widen your chest a bit. Take your nipples in opposite directions and then back into your crouching down dog. Then take your knees down and actually rest your hips back towards your heels. Breath in, breath out. Back to the fire in your thighs, tug toes, pouncing position. Right foot to the outside of your right hand. This time drop your back knee and make a big rainbow open with your right hand, and you could bend your back foot, and some of you might reach for it, some of you might catch it, and you could kick your foot and your hand together and widen through your low back. Take a breath there. You can look over your back shoulder, or you can even look forwards and down towards your left hand. Let's circle out of it, back towards that pounce position. Left foot to the outside of your left hand, right knee down. And it's a big rainbow open. You might reach for your back foot, you might grab it, kick into it. Think that you're in a bubble and you're moving each body part to touch the sphere to widen, to bring dimension to your body. You can look over your back shoulder, or you can look down towards your right hand, and then circle out of it. Let's go back into the pouncing position, and then let's take our right foot to the outside of our right hand. I'm just going to move my props here. And can you be in your left hand and take your left foot through to either sit down or hover there for a breath. And then can you take it all the way back to your lunge and back into that crouching position. Take your time on the other side. Left foot pounces forwards, and you're in your right hand, your left hand comes off of the floor to sit down if you want, or hover for a breath. And then shift your way back to your lunge, and then back to your crouch. And you can take your knees down, shift back into a child's form, your breath in, your breath out. And then back into your fire in your thighs and your right foot to the outside of your right hand. This time, left hand heavy. Can you take your left knee to the outside of your right ankle and sit down so that you can spiral yourself into a twist? You can hold your left arm around your right knee and spiral yourself into a twist. You might even hold opposite elbows there and squeeze your right knee towards the middle. And your left hand goes back to the mat. And your left foot goes back into your lunge. And then back into your crouch. Fire in the thighs there as you take your left foot forwards. Right hand heavy. And your right knee to the outside of your left ankle to spiral you into a twist. And you might hold opposite elbows and squeeze your knee into the middle. And then it's your right hand down, your right foot back into that lunge, and then back into the crouch. One more time, right foot to the outside of the right hand, back knee down. Big rainbow, but this time, might you hold your back foot with your elbow and either look over your back shoulder or look back down at your left hand. Or you might be reaching or catching the foot back into the crouch. Left foot to the outside of your left hand, right knee down. It's a big rainbow. It could be a reach, a catch, or it could be catching your flexed toes in your elbow, maybe looking back, maybe looking towards your right hand. Again, you're in a sphere, trying to bring dimension to any places that feel collapsed in your spine, in your hips. Circle it back into the crouch, and then knees to the floor, your child's form, press back. And roll up till you're sitting on the tops of your feet. Catch your right knee, you can lean a little left, and pull it up so you're getting a stretch to the top of your right ankle. Switch sides. You're getting a stretch to the top of your ankle. And then you might lean back, either lift your hips here, your fingertips could be out to the sides, or keep your hips and heels together and lift your knees. Maybe there's a toe crack in there, going into the long camel shape, hips lifted, and then into the stretching at the front of the shins. Again, come forwards. This time, tuck your toes. Find a downward facing dog. Let your spine elongate. Your hips stretch, your head get heavy. And make an all fours connection to the ground. You can come to plank, lower to your abdomen, and I'm going to invite you to stack your hands out front. Of course, you can flip on your back, but you're invited to take a prone shavasana. So a few breaths, breathing your belly into the earth, Head heavy. And as you're resting there, I want to read you a quote from Naveen Mikan on practice. You've positioned yourself so that you're round, so that if you fall, you'll bounce. You've positioned yourself so that you're not edgy, so that you don't bang into people and hurt them or hurt yourself. You've positioned yourself really to be the best you can be. Okay, so you can stay here for as long as you like, as long as you need. I hope this practice can be useful for you. Peace. Shanti.